Hi, it's Hans at ahappierman.com. Wow, got some crazy scam call. I want to continue on this examples of two big goals. Again, I had the two that I accomplished, the dental work and the finish the book, How to Leave Your Wife and Become a Happier Man with the three-step system. And now the second set of goals is to get that great job at the place I want to be and to move to the city where that job is. And I have the job. I'm starting very soon. But you can see that getting the job, that takes an enormous amount of effort. You know, once you get up there in age, like I am, and you've kind of got yourself stuck into something that, you know, this is what you do. This is kind of your base experience level. So you kind of keep doing that type of work. I'm a civil engineer, so that's how I make my living. So usually when you're trained for that, you go to school for that, you do that your whole life, it's very hard to transition out of something else. So I'm moving toward, let's say, the peak job for me in the place that I want to be, and then I'll be able to move to the city. So I have those two jobs. So I've accomplished the one, the job, and then the moving will come. Now the moving will of course be short bursts of effort in the moving, and there's quite a little of expense, and there's research involved, but it won't, moving, I don't think it won't be as much effort in the actual getting the job or the completing the book. You see, it's two types of goals that are not quite as they work together. When I'm moving, you can take some time and do some research on, well, where do I want to live, and how do I want to live, and that kind of thing. So now I've accomplished, so now out of the two, I've got one left, which is the move. So I've bumped up one of my other goals. So the move is first, and the two is the transitioning from what I'm doing now. So that's my two goals now, is the one, the move, and the two, to the transition. So, kind of leaving one job, figuring out where to live, and then I live with my daughter, and so part of the transition is helping her to transition too. I want her life to be good, I want it to be smooth, I want everything to go good for her. So that's the transition part. So those are the two goals now, the transitioning and the moving. So as you can see, I'm not in my truck and I'm not taking a walk in my normal neighborhood. I'm in a hotel in Mexico, and that's part of my transition, is to take a trip. I took a trip here to Playa del Carmen, Mexico, to see the sights, and I've wanted to go here for years, and I kind of needed to get away from the job I had, which was kind of killing me, really was. It was really kind of killing me. So you can see I've got a lot of red in the face. I've been out in the sun. I've been enjoying this exploring and relaxing and just having a very nice time here. It's kind of a cool room here. It's kind of different, kind of a lot different than I normally would be in. The view outside, it's kind of a rainy day today, so it's been beautiful so far. Rain today, so I'm kind of making a video while I'm deciding what to do today. But yeah, that's part of my transition, is to kind of get away from what I was doing, and because what I was doing at work that I just quit, I wasn't enjoying it all. And that's the other thing I wanted to talk about when goals. If your goals are, if you're doing something that isn't working out for you, that's a huge sign that you need to set a goal to get away from it. And in my case, the getting away from it was to get that job at some place that I really, really want to be, living in a place I really want to live. Do you see what I mean? It's extreme motivation when you are going towards something that you really want to do and you're moving away from something that you really don't want to do. So I'm was extremely motivated and didn't mind the enormous effort into getting that new job, and kind of sucked up the pain of doing something that I didn't want to do for the last 9 months, right? I sucked up the pain. I did it. I needed that. I took that job. It had some financial benefits. It had some things about it that helped me to move on to the next step. It's kind of like a massive transition. But yeah, I'm extremely happy. But to tell the truth, in this transition, the leaving, yeah, there's quite a bit of discomfort, when you leave a place, when you leave it under less than ideal circumstances. It isn't always going to be nicey nice when you leave a place. Sometimes it's going to be a real mess. When I left, if you get my book, Leave Your Wife and Become a Happier Man with a 3-Step System, leaving my wife was not nice. It was a massive mess. And that's what you'll find too, that your goals, trying to get to a good life, it may create a massive mess in your life temporarily while you move to the next step. So you don't be afraid of making a mess, of creating enormous turmoil while you're trying to live your dream life. And other people that you're moving away from, yeah, they're probably going to suffer while you are transitioning. My wife, when I left her, yeah, she did quite a bit of suffering. Yeah, I'm sorry for that, and I'm sorry for making where I'm leaving now suffer for that. I don't want to. That isn't the. I don't want to make people suffer, but they may have some temporary suffering while I'm trying to make a good life. Do you see what I mean? You kind of have to, you have to selfishly go after what you want. And part of that will be, as you selfishly go after what you want, other people aren't going to like it. They're going to resist. They're going to be unhappy. They're used to you being a certain way, doing certain things, you probably bending over backwards for them. So, yeah, that's how it is. You'll find that the best people with the best lives are going to be a little more on the selfish side. Yeah, it's you'll see that. And you don't want to, you don't have to be bad about this. You can try to be kind. You can try to help people transition. You can try to not make it overly hard for them. You can try to make it as easy for them as possible. But if they can't accept your decisions, well, tough. So anyway, that's the idea on the 2 steps. I hope those examples kind of help clarify things better for you, because so often you hear, well, do this, do that, the other thing, but you don't get examples. Those are personal examples from me, a happier man, on how to set some example 2 goals at a time. So, so right now, yeah, it's moving, and then the transition. So those are happening right now for me, right? So within, probably a month or 2 or 3 at the most, those goals will be accomplished for me, and I'll have to set new goals. So I've got some, let's say, backup. I got some things noted, some of the things I want to do, because at some point the move will be done, the transition will be done, and now what do I do? Well, I set the 2 new goals. Because if every year you accomplish two goals, or probably 4 or 6 major goals, think of how good your life is going to be. So I did the 2 goals, right? That in the part of this year, I've got 2 more. I've accomplished 3 of my major 4 goals. As soon as I move and transition, there'll be some more goals to set. So you can set these. You're going to be cracking these major goals out in your life, and that will your life is going to go from here to very high levels. So give that idea some thought. Those are major examples of 2 main goals at a time. All for now.